Welcome back to another Mesh Network weekly technicals. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and head over to the Telegram group. The free Telegram group links are all down below in the description. So we have a look at British pound, Japanese yen this week, GJ. So looking at the monthly chart, 1 day left on closure. Nice bullish structure at the minute. We've broken through these previous higher highs. Got a big move to the upside over the last couple of months. We've been very bullish on GJ. As mentioned, once that structure broke at 1.7, around 170, we've seen a lot of buyers come into the market. So we've got last month's candle, a lot of bullish volume, almost no wick to the upside, no wick to the downside. This current monthly candle it's telling us quite a bit. So obviously we've got 1 day left till closure, and we can see this small body, small wick to the upside, and that big wick to the downside, suggesting that price is retraced and it's grabbed up a lot of this liquidity around 1.175 area. See, obviously we could look at price continuing down and retesting this area, but just looking off here this monthly, like I say, 1 day left on closure. But if we do close around this area like this, then obviously 180, I'll be looking at 180 as maintaining support. We're bullish on the monthly chart, and then we'll go down into the weekly. Yeah, once again, it's very similar. We've seen this nice bullish structure all the way up, and then we start to see this area 180,500. As you can see, price as this previous weekly structure down here. Once we broke, as mentioned, 171 area, which was this like a double top area on the weekly. And then once we had a tiny pullback, suggesting that the buyers were willing to start buying up this price, not letting it get all the way down. And then we see a break of this structure point, this level of resistance, and this double top area. That's when we're seeing this big move to the upside without a retracement. But now we're starting to see, as you can see, we have this big candle, followed by a small candle, followed by an even smaller, indecisive looking candle. As you can see, big move to the upside. Got a small body, still a bullish candle. We've had this retracement and this retest of 180 and left us this wick. And then we look at this next candle, we see a lot of indecision in this candle. We failed to come all the way up to this 184 area of resistance. We've pulled back and we see a little bit of an indecision candle. Obviously, this daily trend line as well, what we've been keeping an eye on, we broke that trend line, respected it for 2 weeks, and then we started to break back inside that trend line. But we're maintaining support at 180,500. If we can see off that candle, that previous last week's candle, we had a big move to the downside, liquidity grab, and then we pulled back up. We've closed above the 180,500 area, and if you look at that channel, it's starting to, like you say, it's starting to pull back inside that channel. So we could potentially see GJ bounce off this area, break all this previous structure, and break through this area around 185 area before establishing support and then continuing on its way up. But yeah, so that's the weekly chart. So like I say, it's bullish structure, this big wick to the downside, suggesting that a lot of that liquidity's been grabbed, and now we're about to see another move to the upside. So go down into the daily. So obviously, daily, back into that weekly, we see this big wick to the downside. So it's a very bullish candle. And when we go into the daily, starts to tell a bit of a story. So obviously we've had this area of consolidation over the last couple of weeks. So price is sort of trapped between, call it like 184, like the 184 area, and 18050, or the 179. So we've got this area of consolidation. But this area of consolidation on GJ at the minute. So we see price establishing support, establishing resistance, and we're trading within this range. Obviously, we've got this level, this supply and demand area, and we've got this channel to the upside. So we've seen a lot of consolidation within this range. And then once price is broken out of that daily trend line, that's where we're seeing that weekly candle. We're seeing a big move to the downside, but then we've seen a big move back up to the upside. But just looking off a daily, telling us a little bit more of a story. We could see a retest, could be seeing a retest of that trend line. So we broke the trend line, come up, and we've not pulled back inside that range. So we could see a retest of that trend line before coming back to 180 and perhaps establishing support, or maybe breaking back out to come down to this 175 area. But just going off the higher time frames, I'm expecting price to come back in, retest that area before coming back up and trading within this range that we've mentioned. So the highest probability trade, I would like to see, I'd like to see price come back inside this range or establishing resistance at the top of this range before taking longs. But yeah, as mentioned, the summer months, low volume. So I've not been taking a massive amount of trades across all the pairs. As you can see, it's very choppy. We're not getting those high probability trades that we like to see as traders. So yeah, just like I say, just waiting for, just looking at a 4-hour chart, you can see just how choppy we've been on GJ, even though we're very bullish. Once we hit this area of resistance and price started to slow down, now we've got to start perhaps filling some of these gaps. So if you look over to the left side, we had a lot of imbalances on the way up after we broke through that area of resistance at 175,500. But now you can see this previous wick, we've come back and retested a lot of those imbalances. So if you look at this imbalance here, we've nearly perfectly finished took out those imbalances, and then that's when we've seen a big move to the upside. So we come down, took out those gaps, and then we've seen that big move to the upside, and then price is trading above 180,500. So I'm expecting, like I mentioned before, I'm expecting price to pull back into this 180,500 for establishing support, and then start to move upwards towards 185 area. But like I say, guys, just build your confidence, take only the highest probability trades. Very choppy at the minute, low volume due to the summer months. Just get yourselves over to the free mesh network Telegram group. Links are all down below in the description, and we update our technical analysis through the week as we see what price action is giving us. But yeah, thanks very much. Yeah, that's it for GJ. Thanks, guys, and thanks for checking out the videos. See you next time.